Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We're about to start the next upcoming IG interview. Just waiting for you guys to come right in and wait for the special guest to come in, too. So, hopefully, you guys can hear me good. Well, I know a lot of you guys are probably trying to get ready. What's up? We just adjusting things, you guys. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well. While we're doing that, see if I can get my special guest to come in also. Hey, how are you? How are you, friend? I see you. We need to chat again and reconnect after all this crap is done with. Hey, Ryan. Hopefully everybody's doing well and getting ready for Thanksgiving. Yes, Liz, it's been a while. It's been a while since we talked. Here we go. We got the special guest here. Let's get you on right now. Hello there.
Good. How are you?
How are you? For those of you
I'm
who
all right.
wonder,
I can't complain.
that's good. For those of you who wonder who this is my special guest. Introduce yourself to the wonderful world of social media of
Hello,
IG.
everyone. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. My name is author Jamal. Well, I'm Jamal McLaurin. I'm a published author of my first book entitled Master Reset. As you can see on my shirt, this is my
Oh,
first book. Yeah.
oh, I heard. Oh, you got to sing. You got to talk after about that.
Huh? About the shirt?
Oh yeah, the shirt and the book and everything. We're gonna talk about everything, but here we're
Okay.
gonna talk about with you. How are you doing overall with the whole COVID-19 and everything?
I'm blessed. You know, I keep a low profile because I'm high risk. So I'm mostly home. I do a lot of my business from home. Um, the numbers are rising here where I'm at in New Jersey. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been, pretty much keeping it low and in perspective that I am high risk. But I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Like you said, just keeping, just working, maintaining, trying to stay sane, and just trying
Yeah,
to
that's all we can do.
you don't have your personal, you don't have personal stuff going on, but you just have to learn how to balance it all out.
Yeah, true, true, true. And it's been crazy for me because just like well, we're in November, about to
Mm-hmm.
into December, but I've been having surgery since September 24th.
Yes, because we were supposed to do this before, so that way you guys will know. Because we were Jamal and I were planning on doing this before, but we had
Yes,
to
we
make
are.
considerate of him recovering from
Adjustments.
surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had four. I had four surgeries.
Oh, now see, you didn't tell me all that.
It was four. So it started September 24th and it
Uh huh.
ended October the 30th was the no, November 9th was the last one. So September to November 9th. 24th to
Got
November 9th. It was like
got
every other week they had to do something. Every other week I had a procedure. And it was kind of difficult to do during COVID because you got to get all this screening before you get into the facility. Each time you got to isolate yourself and quarantine. So it was an adjustment. It was something new. I'm a patient, like a lifelong patient. I always got to get checked up regularly. and any problem that come in the way, we definitely got to tackle it. But it was kind of difficult during COVID because they don't really want a person like myself in the hospital or in any establishment where there's a lot of people. You know, none of us should be doing it anyway, but especially not me.
Gotcha. Now, besides that, because I know a lot of people on here probably saying, who, like, I know you said you're an author and everything, came out with your book, Master Reset. If you want to know more about you, what can you actually tell them about yourself before we get straight to the book?
So you want to like know my name? My name is Jamal McLaurin. I was born July 31st. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. And prior to being an author, I was a bus driver for years, a city bus driver. So I drove a bus from New Jersey to New York every day. I'm in my 30s, and I was a career-driven person. I had a lot of trades. I used to be a maintenance man. I worked for FedEx at some point, and I'm definitely a family man. You know, I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, so it's just me and my 2 brothers, and I'm the oldest one. It's all boys, and I'm all about family, and I was all about my career, making money, and bringing it back to my family. So that was pretty much me. And yeah, live in Newark, New Jersey, and went to school all throughout Newark. My whole life is here in New Jersey, and I have family in Florida, where you are. I have family in Georgia, in North Carolina, but I'm from Jersey. But I know family all throughout the East Coast thing.
Interesting. And see, a lot of people don't know we've known each other for a long time.
Huh?
A lot of people don't realize we've known each other for a long time.
We have because we have a mutual interest here.
Yes, we're both huge
Brandy is the mutual interest. Brandy is the mutual interest.
That's the interest, you guys. So that way you guys will be wondering, how did these two even connect? We've been friends for a long time. We ain't gonna say how many.
Very long time. Like, yeah. If you're true to the game, then you connect with people that are also true to the game. So if you're true to the game and you really love artistry, the same person especially, but art in general, then you link up with people with the same ideals and mindset and heart, you know?
Exactly, because Jamal right here, he remembers when I first started doing this. So he remembers everything.
It's been a long time.
We have come very full circle.
Yes, we have. And you know what? When it was like my birthday, I remember you saying, I'm going to interview you. Let me know when the book come out. I want to do a little thing. And I was like, I come with it. So we've been working on this for a minute.
Oh, wow.
A minute. Yeah, it's meant to be.
And I got some other stuff I'm going to tell you about privately that we're not going to tell everybody yet until I post it down. I'll tell you about that.
Please do. Please share.
But anyway, what made you want to be an author and come out with the book Master Reset?
I never wanted to be an author. I'm a fashion kid. I grew up being like a popular kid. It turned from negative to positive. You know, when you're a young kid, you get bullied a lot for being different or being flamboyant or any of those type of things. So that was then. And then as I became a teenager, it kind of switched to popularity because of my difference. And now I'm a grown man, solidified. And that was the wave I was on. You know, I was on more of I'm a fashion kid. You know, I grew up in the 80s. Well, I was born in the 80s. And so fashion really was my niche. So I never wanted to be a writer. But this book came out of therapy. This book came out of all therapy.
Tell them a little bit more so they can see it, so they can see how accomplished you have. All right, you guys. That book, what he's talking about, is called Master Reset. So that's the book right there.
Yeah, and it's on iTunes. It's on Apple Play. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon, and it's also on BarnesandNobles.com online. Because everything closed, we're doing everything online because we can't go to actual bookstores because of the climate we in America or the world.
Fun fact, you guys, I'm one of his first interviews he's doing for this book tour he has going on. Promotional tour, let me say.
Yes, you know, the next phase is a radio interview with iHeartRadio, and I'm working. I got some things in the work with like a network to make it possibly into a series, because it has
Okay.
gotten great raves and reviews, and a lot of people are out there with it, and I don't even know. Like I have a fan base in California that I didn't even know,
Oh,
and I got a book publishing company. So I'm gonna go a little bit back. I never wanted to be a writer, but I got sick really, really bad. And before this, I was body abled, and now I'm considered disabled. When 2007 came, I was about 29 years old, and I had 2 strokes in that year.
oh my gosh.
2 strokes. So before that, though, I went to Vegas in October 2016, and I came
Okay.
back home and I thought it was like a simple cold, weather adjustments from Jersey to Vegas. I thought
Hmm.
perhaps I got a cold because of the differences. Well, that carried on out from October all the way to January of 2017. It got worse and worse and worse. And once it grew to the point that they couldn't do anything about it, they didn't know where it was. It wasn't an infection. It wasn't a cold. They thought it was my tonsils. So they scheduled me for a surgery for that in February, February the 24th. I never made it to that surgery because I had my first stroke February 2nd of 2017.
Oh my goodness.
My first mild stroke. That stroke left me paralyzed on temporarily on the left side of my body. So after doing all this, figuring out how did I have a stroke at 29, they determined that I had a brain tumor on the right side of my brain. That made all this go out and made my whole body stroke out. And so it left me temporarily paralyzed. I had to go to, on February 14th, I had brain surgery to try to
Okay.
remove it.
Okay.
They couldn't, it was inoperable. It was inoperable, so they couldn't remove it. It's set too deep in the brain, the 4 parts. And if they would have did that, they would have made me permanently paralyzed. So they couldn't touch it. So they tried steroid hormone therapy to shrink it. I had gained like mad weight, and that was the only thing it did for me because it didn't work. So I went to rehab, which was at Kessler Institution Rehabilitation Center. I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to talk. I had to learn how to
Hmm.
spell my name, write my name, know the date, know the president at the time. All that I had to learn again because I was talking with a slur. My hand was bent in. I really couldn't do much of anything. And I got better. I did get better. Eventually, I got better. And May 25th, the doctors decided that we need to take all your lymph nodes out because we think that if any type of infection will travel straight through your spine to your
Hmm.
skull, and we don't want that. We want you to recover from this, and we got to eliminate certain things on purpose. So I had the surgery May 25th, and I never felt regular again
Good.
because on June 16th, I had the second one, which is Brandy's daughter's birthday. I had my second stroke on her birthday,
Ooh.
which left
These
me
are
in a coma.
for all you guys. That's Brandy's daughter, the R&B
The
singer.
ride.
No, no, no.
I had my stroke on her
About.
birthday. Yeah, I had my stroke on Brandy's daughter's birthday, and it
Hey.
really, that stroke left me in a coma.
Ooh.
The second stroke took me out, put me in a coma.
Yeah, because we didn't talk for a bit. I know we didn't talk for like a while.
Yeah, it was like a time lapse. It was a time lapse because there was a period where I was on social media, and then I just completely like got ghost. I got ghost. Nobody knew what it was, but um, I had 2 strokes in 1 year, and even I was under the notion that I was going to get better from the first stroke,
Hmm.
and yeah, a lot of things happened in between that. The doctors told me we don't know what this is. We're afraid for you. We're afraid. We think it's going to kill you, whatever it is. And I
Hey,
kept
now.
just like I kept thinking, this is going to kill me. Yeah, right.
Hmm.
This ain't nothing. I'm young. I'm young. It's going to just go away or whatever. Then they don't know what they're talking about. They quarantined me back then. That's this 2017 to the hospital. They said, come back. We got to do observation. We need to study you. We are afraid that whatever's happening to your body is going to kill you, and we have to monitor you. I went there for 4 days, and I told them, this is ignorance and lack of not knowing. I'm like, wait, no. y'all just trying to jack up my insurance. I'm out. Like, no, 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 I'm going. And you know, I had a gut feeling, and that's why I always tell people, listen to your gut feeling, because I knew once I was taking that ride home, I felt it in my spirit and everything. I made a horrible mistake. I felt it, and that was back in April. So when June came around, everything my doctors thought would happen happened. I had a second stroke. It hit harder, and I slipped into a coma.
Mm-hmm.
So it was deep. You go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I was gonna say, what is your advice for anybody that's going through that situation right now? Hey, Michelle,
I think that what would I say to anybody who experienced anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Or people who have family members that are going through it, because with it being so much dealing with mental health and illness, what
It
can you say?
is. With mental health, because it's a challenge. I've been challenged. I now have a acquired brain injury, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
never go away. You know, like I have to take medication to calm my nerves. That's antidepressants. I have to keep my mind from racing, because I found out that my body is creating these tumors and it's trying to kill me. So I had 2 tumors sitting on my brain to this day. I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly having MRIs to manage them. I went on chemotherapy that year
Mm-hmm.
from June all the way to November of 2017. And it's a challenge every day. I think that the best advice for people the family members, if they are adults or they're people in general, you know, they could be children. If you had a personality, if you know who you are, or it was something about you that makes you you, you know, I think that don't belittle that person. Don't think you got to do everything for them. Don't sit there and try to think for them. You know, if they're speaking, don't speak. Let them speak. You know, they're still people and they have opinions. They're going through something. And please, certain things I didn't like when I was going through it, especially at the heart of it, was I didn't like people talking at me, because now you lose your independence. You completely lose it. And I had people talking at me like I was a kid. I couldn't make my own decisions, so people made them for me. If I'm in a room, they would silence me, or they would say things like, "Well, Jamal, you're alive," or my nickname Molly. Molly, you are alive, so you should
Mm-hmm.
be grateful for that. And it's like, I know I'm alive, but am I living? Because I'm extremely ill, and I know I'm an adult, but they're treating me like I'm a kid. So
Mm-hmm.
they would dismiss what I was saying. I had no voice. I lost my voice. I didn't know who I was. And try to encourage your family, your loved ones to, I think it will behoove you to, if you love that person, you will help them remember their essence and
Mm-hmm.
celebrate them for that. And the things that make them different now will be obviously their trauma, but you want to nurture that, because it wasn't their fault. You know, tragic accidents happen all the time, and I always said about the brain cannot be fixed. That's
That's
just the moral of the story. And so far, you know, I pray in medicine that they can advance. It might not be in my lifetime, but I hope it does help the younger generations. You can't get a brain implant transplant. You just can't. You get a heart, a kidney. You know, they could try their best with all the other things they have advanced, but they can't with the brain. And so once it's damaged, it's damaged. Once it's bruised, it starts to rewire around the damage, and you start to be another person. The me before died, so I could be this person, and that's what a
Gotcha.
master reset is all about. That's
Good.
what it's all
Because
about.
I was just about to ask you, what made you go with that title, Master Reset? Because I know a lot of people thinking, okay, you reset, like, are you resetting your life? Just reset maybe a moment in life, like, so, people will take their definitions of what the title
Yeah,
is.
the title came about because at one point, um, I didn't know my diagnosis, and I was living in fear. I was on eggshells with everything, because I started from 22 pills a day, and by the grace of God, right now I'm at 8 pills a day. So I know what it could be like to have a transformation, and you accept it, embrace it, and
Mm-hmm.
go with it a little bit, and encourage it and promote awareness, promote healthy eating and exercising. I know what that does to me. I know what taking more of a holistic approach. It
Mm-hmm.
eliminated all the druggy, dopey. You know, I started in a wheelchair. Then I
Mm-hmm.
went to a walker. Then I went to a cane. And now I walk on my own 2 feet. I was a
Mm-hmm.
bus driver and they told me I would never be able to drive again. So I know what it could do mentally to you, because once you're mentally conquered and
Mm-hmm.
defeated, the body's going to just play off of that. It's all about your thoughts. So
Yeah, like
I
you said,
knew,
matter.
yeah, that's why mental health is so real, because if you think it, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And I was there. I went to psychiatric therapy for a year, and I went to physical therapy for over 2 years. So I knew that what I was given was an opportunity of a reset. You know, I could have
Mm-hmm.
went left with it and have expired. I could have went right with it and settled for depressive state of, oh, I'm weak, I'm limp, I'm this, I'm that, I'm sick, nothing. I don't like myself. I don't like the way I look. I don't know myself. I'm all skinny and puny and everything like that. I could have went that route, you know, but I didn't go there. I decided I was going to help myself. So I went to therapies on my own. After I came home, it wasn't about what can you do for me? People owe me something. Oh, take care of me. Now I'm retirement status. You know, I knew I was young, and like my elders, I feel like I had so much to give. Like, you know, it's their time, my grandparents and people of that age, the golden years. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't made it there. I had dues to pay. It's other generations behind me. So I had a job, and my job was to share this and be as resilient as I could be, because it was meant for me to be that way. And first, the title was going to be Rare. Rare was going to be the title at first, because I had this tattoo for years,
Mm-hmm.
but because I didn't know what my condition was. So I'm living in fear. I don't know what this is, what it's about, and I don't know when it's going to get worse, if it's going to come back. I'm just scared. The second time it came back, I was a believer then. The first time I was like, oh yeah, I'm 29. Yeah, you know. And then the second time it happened, I was like, this is real. And I was, for the first time, scared of this whole ordeal. Like, I was scared. Like, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to die. This is going to take me out. Like, eventually it's going to just give. I may be strong right now, what I was saying to myself, going through the first one. And then the second one, I might have been strong for the first one. But the body is the body, and something's going to have to give if this keep happening. So I was afraid that eventually my heart was going to stop, because my lungs did collapse, you know. And everything went through when I went through the coma, a lot of things happened. And I was just like, you know what? This is I'm rare. I'm definitely rare. You know, I don't know too many people that at my age. I was on the eve of being 30, and I don't know too many people that went through that. Even if they're way older, like they could be 60 or they 70, they've never experienced stuff like I did. And I was like, I'm rare. I'm rare. You know, that was the thing, and it almost was like bragging. So I had to change it, because this is not for bragging rights. This is my real life, and that's ego talking. And I humbly thank God, you know, that I did survive, and I was given a second chance. And so I was thinking daunting on second chance and all this stuff. And at first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna name it second chance or double shot, you know, something like that. And I just said, you know what, my creator gave me a reset. I feel like I got a master reset. And now the world is appreciating my book, because, you know, people don't really read these days. And so it wasn't a career choice for me at first. I wanted to be into fashion. I was a fashion kid. And um, it came to be because I was in counseling, and she gave me homework on a daily basis. And then she read some of the work, you know, as it's like a teacher. And she said, this is really good. And I'm like, are you surreal? And she was like, yeah. And then once counseling was over, because it was only but so far she could take me, I had to practice these things, this way of life, after counseling, in order for it to be real. And then I said, what you want me to do with it now? And that's how it came to be a book. And she asked me what was I going to name it. And I said, Master Reset. And she was like, I love it. And that's how it came to be.
Maybe the fashion one can be the second book.
Yeah, it could be a fashion book or a children's book. You know, I'm still working on the first book. Everybody wants to master reset right now because of the world. So that's why they're eating it up, because we all want one right now. Like, can we get a do-over? 2020 was trash, but we still alive, but we're barely breathing. I feel like there's somebody foot on our neck, and we could feel that pressure. And now we're about to have the depression of the winter months, especially East Coast and up north. We go through a winter blues because of the fact that it's not warm climate on our bodies, and so then your mood automatically gets altered through that, and that's something that we definitely face as a people. We don't know how much the element of the weather, the time of the year. Crime rate goes up in the winter in the East Coast and then up north in general because we get winter blues. We get the cold. We get the bitterness. That means temperatures are rising, attitudes are forming because people are going through the motions. You know, people are really feeling away. And I had to study all that. You know, I found out my diagnosis. No doctor did. I was so proactive. I found out my diagnosis. I cut out a lot of stuff on my diet. I did all the research that I needed to better myself. I started working out on my own. Everything was a no to me. Everybody told me no. Doctors say no, 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 no. And I say, why not? Let me give it a try. I'm still a grown man, you know. I'm still a person. And I just thought I started challenging the system. And I wrote the book. It took me a good year of therapy. And I sent the manuscript to a book publishing company, a few of them, and automatically got a hit. Within a matter of a couple of weeks, they wanted to work with me and they offered me a contract, and that's how it came to be.
Gotcha. Now with all since we really went deep, I know it may scare some people.
Yeah.
But we just getting the word out there, you guys. So I know it may be some deep moments, but I feel like somebody needs to hear it.
Yeah.
But
it was bad.
Besides you being the author and all, what else what is Jamal like to do on his free time?
I don't know. I would say Jamal back in the day, I used to, like, you know, go have fun, you know, maybe a little younger, because I don't know if you know this, statistics wise, when you have a brain injury, it ages you. They told me this too. I wrote about it in the book. They told me that it can age me 5 to 10 years. It also opens the door for me to get Parkinson's and Tourette's at an earlier age, because once the brain is damaged, it opens the door to many other things. I've had surgery every year since the heart of the trauma, but I'm okay with that because I know it comes with it. I've done my own research, and I'm okay with whatever comes with it. But before, I used to be like a person, a free, funny, you know, dress up, go out, have fun. I love my family, break bread with my family. I love being with my friends and stuff like that. But now I study majority of the time. You know, I write a lot. I listen to music. I still like to be around great company when I do go out or when I do involve myself with things. But I just try to do things a little bit different. I have to think about it now. I'm more strategic. I didn't used to be that way. I didn't used to be as calculated. But I have to be that way because of my health. You know, I gotta think about that first. Before, that used to be a problem for me. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. I was discouraged because I did have to think about all that first. And I'm like, that's not life. You know, I got to be afraid or say no to this. No, I can't drink. No, I can't, you know, I can't be around that. I can't have all these people on me, because before COVID, I still couldn't have a lot of people in my face. My immune system is suppressed. I'm still on chemo pills to this day to control the tumors. So I had to always move I have to now always move with caution that makes sense. And now I just like to write. You know, I'm in school. I'm finishing up my degree. So I'm still writing. I'm still handling my business now because I have a newfound business. I entered entrepreneur. Huh?
Yeah, I was looking at the comments and everything, and people coming in.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do a lot of
Your
writing.
best life on your first. Yeah, you some your best
Yeah,
life.
I went, and it was not even great.
You know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't even great.
From what I've seen some stuff. So I'm like, okay, I see how we do.
It wasn't, my birthday wasn't even great. Well, it was a great birthday because of, you know what? Brandy dropped her album on my birthday. So that was epic for me. Me being that was epic. And me being a fan since I was 7, and this is B7, I was like, yo, this is the best birthday ever. I don't care if I sit in my room and eat a bowl of cereal. This is the best birthday ever. And yeah, I had a great time. The music is epic. I had a great time in DC for that reason. But the accommodations under COVID restrictions, we were limited. So you didn't really get to live your best life. Even if I looked like I was not.
Yeah, but let
I
them
was
know.
not.
Let them know what album came out on your birthday, because I know it kept cutting you off.
B7, Brandy B7.
Okay,
That's epic.
that
I
would
want to
be.
get that tattooed on my body at some point. The whole album cover.
He
Yeah,
will.
I'm true to the game.
I've known him for too long. If he put his mind to it, he gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. I just gotta get the right time and the right situation, like artists, and I'm gonna do it.
Because everything came out on your birthday. The B7 album, the Borderline video came out.
That was like classic. That was like top notch. And I that's when I released what's up, what's up? What's
At
up,
first,
everybody? Y'all
off,
can ask me anything they want to ask me questions.
questions, by the way. It ain't got to be about mental health or anything like that. Just if you have any questions, because he has the book, Show the Book again.
Oh yeah. That's the book.
He has the book, that way if you guys want to call Master Reset.
Yeah. The book is out. I sell merchandise. You know, they got on my website, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, tell them about you. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a bit. We're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah, I know you want the shirt, right?
You know I want the shirt in the book. I'm gonna get that. We're gonna talk about that privately.
We can do that. We can do that for sure. Yeah.
And they got the private stuff too that's coming out up here. But only certain people know about what's going on, but because you've been my close friends, so I'm gonna let you into it. But you guys, when you guys see this video, because you're gonna see this on IG Live, and you're gonna see this on YouTube.
Oh wow, you doing it like that now?
Yes.
You moving on up.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, Jamal, we're gonna talk about that after this interview right here about all that, but you'll see.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you can ask him, because
you can ask me anything you want to ask me. I can answer anything. If it's a question or a curiosity question or a detail in the book, I talk about a little bit of my family. My brother, one of my brothers, he's the one who found me. And I had both my strokes in my sleep, by the way. So my brother found me. He had to come in my house and find me, and it saw me all face twisted, eyes crossed, sprawling out on the bed, incapacitated, not responding, talking gibberish, trying to mumble something, face all crazy. And my youngest brother, he found me, and my mom. It was kind of scary for my family too. They went through it like I went through it, because it's foreign. They don't talk about the brain that much, and I think they should. After this book, start early next year, I'm launching my nonprofit, just because it's something that needs to be said and needs to be done. The brain is so important. It's the function of everything. So we need our brain. We need healthy brains. And of course, we being challenged every day, especially like during COVID. We're being challenged with our brain to think the negative, to be in a house and be suffocated, if you will, and just people losing their jobs, and they're home with their children. They're trying to school them. That's what a master reset is. We all want one right now because it's real crazy. I happen to have one long time ago because I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know my name. I didn't know what day it was. Like, for instance, this right hand and my right leg is completely numb. Still to this day, but I write with it. It's my dominant hand. So I make the best of it. You would never know.
Because a lot of people don't know. I used to know you as Molly.
Yeah.
But I know him as
you
Jamal.
do. That's how long ago it is, dude.
Because like I said in the beginning, we've known each other for a long time. We know each other, really, if y'all want me to be honest with you, we've known each other over a decade.
Yeah, so that's true. That's facts.
That's facts, you guys. So that's how long we've known each other. Now, with everything else going on, what are your plans for the holidays? Because with Thanksgiving being tomorrow, what do you plan on doing?
Me, I don't eat Thanksgiving food. I know I'm a person I'm black, but I'm not gonna eat Thanksgiving. I don't eat that food. When I changed my way of eating, I became more of a pescatarian, and I eat more fruit and vegetables, and I detox a lot. I just feel like your organs need a break,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they don't need to be trying to process food. So I grew up on that food. I love it. I'm not gonna say I don't. It smells great, but I don't eat chicken. I don't eat turkey. I don't eat beef, and that's been for like the last couple of years. So I'm not fancying it, but I'll tear up some greens. I may look at it, but I'm not really a big fan. But
Yeah,
I'll be in the house.
yeah, yeah. Because for me, I don't eat pork, so I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, I don't eat that either. I've never eaten that actually because I'm Muslim. My family, I grew up in an Islamic family. I've never eaten that, but I just cut all that stuff out just for improvement. I just so whatever will work. I try multiple things. Whatever will work for me to get. I would never get back to 100. I would even never get back to who I was when I was in my 20s. But I could
Mm-hmm.
still feel good about this situation. I could still feel good in my body with all
Mm-hmm.
my ailments. I could still feel good, and I didn't want to deprive myself of that or deny myself that right. I don't have to live in misery and be achy and crampy and just like depressed. I was in depression for a long time. When I lost my job and I lost everything I worked hard for, and it's
Mm-hmm.
because I got sick, I was depressed. So I laid in bed. I stayed home with my mom. I couldn't leave because when you go through chemo, you have to do 5 years remission. So I
Exactly.
still live with my mom. So I'm only on year 3. It's been a struggle that I had to deal with a lot of mental compartments that I had to tackle. Like I had to get through this, then get through that, then get through this. I had to go through all that before I could get even to an even playing field, just to be balanced and be centered. I didn't have that off the rip. I was really struggling mentally. It was compromised, and it's always going to be compromised. Sometimes my mind races um, 100 thoughts, and it could be negative and positive. And
Mm-hmm.
I gotta meditate and I gotta pray and I gotta like do what I gotta do to calm myself. I gotta have a million and one things going on these days, but I don't really let it consume me.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I am doing these days are positive. So that gives me a drive. When I'm working with the book company, because
Mm-hmm.
now they just, as of yesterday, officially told me they released a mass media um, public release. They
Got
all the radios, all the television networks, all that has been released now through the publishing company. That was approved by me yesterday. So then now we go to the next phase. This phase is with publishing a book. Um, it wasn't an easy thing either because I have a brain injury, but I had to really focus. I had to focus on the editing part.
mm-hmm.
It was me and a lot of editors from my publishing company, but I had to really, really focus. It wasn't something that I had to make time for it. And it was like months of it. Because if I didn't like something, we went back to the drawing board. I wasn't gonna put out a product until it was right. It had to be right. Everything that's written in this book, I wrote it, and there's illustrations in here too. People don't know that. I
And that's
definitely put illustrations in here. So you're walking through a journey with me. Like you're not just looking at stuff. You can see me as a little kid, me as a bus driver, me and my mom. So you're gonna walk through this book and you're gonna be amazed by all the things I went through. But more importantly, you might could take me out of the picture and just feel. You get a great sense of empathy when you read it because
mm-hmm.
these things are not they're rarely discussed. They're rarely discussed, but it's real. And it's everyday people that go through it that they don't even know what it is. They don't know they have a brain injury. They might think they have a concussion, but they have a brain injury. And it has altered the way they think. Their mood might change. They may be more erratic. They may be more moody and depressed. And they don't know what this is. They know they wasn't like that before. What is this? I happened to go ahead and do the I knew I was different. I knew something had happened that altered everything in my mind. And I knew no way they're going to say, oh, you had a stroke and that's it. Go on, go about your business. No, something changed. And I wanted to know for sure what that was. Or else I would have felt like I went crazy. They use that term too loosely. You will feel like that. I didn't recognize anything about me. I went through a phase when I was going through therapy where I would look at old pictures of myself and just cry. I didn't recognize that person at all. I didn't know him at all. I would see a bigger me, a fuller face, a bigger in mass, a body as a grown man. I was like, when was I that big? And I would just cry because I don't recall that time. In the book, a lot of some of the writing in one of the chapters is based on recollection from other people because I don't remember a lot of the details. They had to be told to me.
Mhm.
At some point, I had lost
Oh,
all of my long term memory, and so in the
wow.
past, I didn't know a lot of it. And then things, as much as I've been working out and meditating and finding that clear space in my mind where nothing was thought about, my that clarity helped me sleep at night because that before then I couldn't sleep. I would be up 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours because there was nothing to sleep about. My mind was going and it was racing all the time. I was never going to sleep. And I finally got to a place where I could sleep. And when I could sleep, that's when my dreams started coming. And when my dreams started coming, I realized that they weren't my dreams, they were my memory. My memory came back to me in dreams. That's how I started knowing who I was slowly. It was crazy. It was not a
Wow.
real thing. It was surreal. And I talk about my experience with Brandy. She's in there a little bit.
Yeah, he's met her. Yeah, he's met her. Go ahead. You can tell that
Yeah,
story,
I've
right?
met Brandy several times.
Tell me when I
I
meet you
met
most.
Brandy when she was on. Huh?
I said, tell them the most. Well, tell them where you met her at, and then tell them your favorite meeting with her.
Okay, so I met Brandy. I met Brandy um, a few times, and they were irrelevant. I was already an adult. So it wasn't when I was a kid. I would have loved to meet her when I was a kid. Now I do remember auditioning for, if anybody recalls, I auditioned for the show Fanatic. I
Attic.
sent the
I
video. I wanted to be, yeah, it was back in the day too. That's back in the day. I wanted to be on that show. And unfortunately I didn't get picked, but I was I'm true to the game, so of course I was always following Brandy. You know, back in the day there wasn't a such thing as social media. There was only
Mhm.
fan mail, and I was always constantly right. You know, and then when I was growing up, people would say, "You're crazy. You're never going to meet her." I defended her, of course, and that was way I was so young, but I didn't care. She was my favorite and everything, and I just couldn't wait to see her and everything she
All right.
did. Every award show, Moesha. It started with that show when she was Danisha or the
The
Danisha. Thea,
Denise.
yes, Thea Danisha, and I love Brandy, and I love, and you know I didn't even know the actress Brandy was the singer Brandy. That's how young I was. I couldn't put two and two together. I didn't know for the sake I couldn't figure it out. And my mom bought me Brandy CDs and everything. I actually have the collectibles Brandy dolls, all of them. They're up in the room. They're never
What?
touched. I have every single last one of them. Every single last one. They're not to be touched, and they wasn't to play with. They were just because I love Brandy so much. Anything she did, I was with it. Anything she did, I got magazines, everything,
Okay.
old magazine.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty of it too.
And I gave her one of my books a book of her, you know, a bigger book of her that she never even seen a day in her life. I gave it to her when I went to see her in Chicago, and not in Chicago, but on Chicago the
No,
musical in New
Chicago.
York.
He's
I
talking
went
about
to
the
go
music.
see her. Yeah, the musical. The musical. I went to go New York. I'm in Jersey, so that's right across the water. That's literally like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our backyard. And when I went to see her in Chicago, basically, Brandy, she kind of knew who I was. It's so crazy. She knew who I was because one, I sat mad close to the stage, right? And I
Okay.
knew all the words that she was singing that she said she couldn't even focus, you know? She couldn't focus. And
Wow.
she pretty much, when I came outside, we wait to see her at the end, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Was that you sitting in the third row?" And you knew all the words, and I'm like, "Yeah, I knew all the words."
Wow.
And we took pictures, and then we share the same kind of tattoo. See, the Ganesh.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
well, you can't really see it. Yeah, if I do like
You can
this, you can see
see it,
it.
but he showed it to me privately.
Yeah, and so we had that. We took a picture together, and then slowly after that, she started following me, and we just always was like connected in some way, you know. And she always would express love for me and ditto. And then, but my most meaningful time was recently, like in 2017. She was on Chicago, the musical again in New York, and I just got the hospital. I was still undergoing chemotherapy. Yes, we are all artists. Shout out to all the artists. Artists, we need our platform. We should be embracing each other. But Brandy, she was doing Chicago. I went there. This is the most meaningful opportunity to see her that I had. I was undergoing chemotherapy, and she pretty much didn't know any of those details. Like, she didn't know. So I came dressed up and presented my best self, and I went to go see the show, of course. And I waited afterwards because I knew her. That's how she did, and most artists do. They will kind of like see their people at the end. And when I was out there, she said, "Oh my God, you came back." She remembered me from the last time, but this time was different. I was sick, going through chemo, had 2 strokes, and was walking with a cane. So that made it more meaningful because she didn't know any of those things. I had lost all my hair. All my hair. Appreciate it, bro. Um, I had lost all my hair. I lost all my hair in my head, all my beard. I was really like sickly, and I still wanted to go see her. And so she loved the way I wore my hair wraps. The hair wraps started when I was losing everything, and I started looking like a pervert to me. And so I didn't never want to look like I was sick, and I started seeing that. My eyebrows started falling out and stuff like that. So I never wanted to look sick, even though I knew I was sick. And so when I came and she said, "I love your head wraps. I love that. You know, you dressed really, really nice." She said, do you want to dress me? Right? She said, "Do you want to dress me? You should come and dress me." And I said, "Come on now, Brandy. I know you're wearing Free People right now." She said, "Oh my God, you know." I said, "Yep." She said, "Well, you can go to the store and get me some stuff." I said, "Are you kidding me? You Brandy. You go get they'll give you the stuff free before they give it to me." And that was our own special thing. And then I said, "But no, on some real stuff, you know, I wear the head wrap because I'm going through chemo, you know." And she was like, "Oh my God." And it was captured. I was wearing a green one at the time. And she was like, "Oh my God." And the thing she told me was, "You know what? You too fabulous. You're not done. You got some great things to do. Every day, thank God for your healing." Just say it out loud. "Thank God for my healing. Just thank God for your healing. Just thank God for your healing."
So, Brandy, you watching this? You
Brandy, thank you so much.
let's see if you could come on here on my
That
platform.
would
Maybe
be
we can
nice, right? That would be lit. She should.
you
She
like
probably would. Brandy is a nice person.
citing those Brandy. Y'all put it out there. I didn't mean to cut your mouth off.
Brandy's a really kind person, a very nice person, and I never met a person, quote unquote, celebrity that act like her, because she's just a person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind and she's warm, welcoming, and she has millions of fans. So the fact that she knew me, and I'm talking about 16, like you talking about the year of 2016 and 17 and 15, and then come back until 2000 and whatever I went through my experience, which was 17, and still know who I was. That was lit to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was really lit to me. I really did. Like, I got mad love for her always, and I love her artistry, but I got respect for her, you know, just because of the way she presented herself and she gave it up. She didn't act pompous at all. She just was really on some love. Like, she showed mad love, you know. She was more on that tip. She was so inviting and so welcoming. And I couldn't do nothing but respect that, you know. I couldn't do nothing but admire that and walk
Just,
with that.
we see we had Jessica Betts in the building.
Yeah, we got a lot of people up here, you know.
Ooh,
And so when she said my work wasn't done, I just thought, I didn't know what that meant. You know, I didn't know what that meant for her to tell me your
hold that
work
thought
is
real quick,
finished.
Jamal. While you
Huh?
saying that, Jamal, Jessica Betts, I know you're looking at this live right here. Maybe we can do something on here too. Just put it out there. Go ahead,
That's
Jamal.
plug it in always. You know, put it out there in the universe. You'll get, you know, exactly what it is you're trying to obtain. I'm big on that. So when Brandy put that out there, though, that you too fabulous. Like, you got more work to do, baby. Like, you know, when I was going through chemo,
Mm-hmm.
I did receive it as it was something special she was saying, but not wholeheartedly, because I know she's human like I'm human. So she's
Mm-hmm.
not God. She could say it all day long, you know, and that could be just what it is. But now that I think about it, she was on to something, you know. She was definitely on to something. And I only got better. I only got better after that. You know, I kept getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Jessica
Brandy.
Betts, check your DMs. I sent you some stuff. And Jamal, we gonna let you finish that off right there because we ain't gonna cut you out because we know Brandy gave you a great experience. But we're gonna coincide that right there since you talking about what Brandy did for you. What with Brandy and everything. What after she told you all the stuff, giving you purpose in life and speaking highly and positive levels, did it make you really say to yourself like, "Wow, I receive it, and I'm gonna continue on with the journey"?
Yeah, genuinely, I went to see her, I was still doing chemo, so it didn't happen initially, to be honest. It was like I'm still in a rut. I still went through depression. After that, I hit rock bottom. I lost my job. I lost everything that I worked for. I wasn't homeless and I wasn't starving. I have family. I'm blessed with a great family. And so I never went through that roughness, but I lost my income and I lost everything. And I had to become codependent on my mom and my brothers. And I'm the oldest, so I didn't like that feeling. I'm a man, so I didn't like that feeling. And I was sick and there was nothing I could do about it. So I went through that. But going through the whole 2 strokes and a coma and all that dilemma, I didn't wake up out of the coma until one of my dearest friends played Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine, right? That's when I woke up out of the coma.
Oh, now you didn't. Now see, we've known each other for years. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
It's all in the book. It's all in Master Reset. That's why it was so significant for Brandy to wish that on me when she saw me. Because little did she know, I had already thanked her and my friend for helping me get up out that coma. My friend sat there every day and played Brandy's music until the day I woke up out of the coma. And Brandy's voice is what kind of helped me get out of the coma, And Brandy helped me more than she knows. So when I met her and she was giving me such positive feedback and love and all that, I really did receive it. I was like, you know what, it's gotta be real, It's genuine, and I'm ready to, walk through that door. I didn't know I was gonna be a writer though. I just knew I was destined for greatness because this opportunity and this experience was so rare that
we both
I didn't. I love Brandy. Brandy is everything to me. She really is, and she's been like that since I was 7 years old. So
I love Brandy. That's what she just put on there right now.
Yeah, I see her. I see the comment, and Brandy, she just genuine. She just like a genuine soul. I have never met another, like I said, quote unquote celebrity that just gives it up like she does. And I've met a few.
And you know what? I've had like Brandy and I. We've talked a couple times. She's always been sweet to me.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're saying all this, it's not a surprise to me because she's always been that genuine, sweet person. So
that's really how she is in person. That's really how she is, and whoever you are, she's like, "Come as you are." Remember that record, "Come as You Are"?
Come as You Are, yes.
Aphrodisiac. So, yeah, I could just quote all Brandy stuff, but yeah, my book came out of trauma. It came out of my pain. But I'm delivering it with a purpose. I'm turning my pain into a purpose. I have a brain injury. I had 2 strokes. I was in a coma. I went through chemotherapy. And look at me now. I went through a walker, from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to my own 2 feet. And I didn't expect a career to come out of this. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur necessarily. When you're growing up, I didn't know if I was going to be in business for myself and just being a writer. I can write. I did poetry. And I did things like that of the creative side. I'm a fashion kid, so I was always creative, but I didn't know if I was going to necessarily be a writer. But what's written for you is written for you, and who God bless, no man can curse. So I'm meant to be a writer, so I am a writer. And now I'm a published author. And my book is doing extremely well. Master Reset is truly a testament of overcoming adversity, overcoming trauma, mental health, the compromise of my mental health and everyone's mental health alike. Now that we're faced with a pandemic, most people want a master reset. Most people want a master reset. We want to do all of 2020. So when my book dropped, it shocked me, the reception it got. I know I'm a genuine person and I have a lot of people that love me and support me. I've always gotten that. And a lot of people walk through this journey with me because I've been transparent. When I couldn't do something, everybody knew. When I was having surgery, everyone knew. When I couldn't walk or I fell, or I was wearing the pins. You know, I talk about all that in the book because I definitely was afraid of all of that. I didn't want no one to see the ugliness of it, but it ended up being the beauty of it. It
Yeah, maybe we can get
it
some
was
music. That's the best
yeah,
to do
it was
some
the yeah,
for an album.
yeah. You can get my book, Jessica. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support and love. My book is on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. You can do it's an ebook as well, so you can get it
Hold it
on
up. Hold up,
iTunes.
Jamal. Hold up again, Jamal. So that way, Jessica and everybody else that just came on here, let them see what the book looked like.
This is my book, Master Reset,
Y'all,
and
plug
it's
it.
definitely a journey.
Plugging it for you guys.
This is it right here, you guys. It's on all digital platforms. It's on Apple Play. I mean, iTunes. It's on Google Play. It's on BarnesandNobles.com. Because of the pandemic, they're not really in stores. Strategic move by my publishing company, and a great move, by the way. It's on Amazon.com, and yeah, it's doing its numbers. You can also go to Fulton Books. That's the publishing company, and I have my own website. They dedicated a web page to me, so you can see everything about me as the author, and all the different platforms you can reach out and get it. I have a little short clip video on the website that they made for me, kind of like it's about brain injury, and so I'm a brain injury survivor, and I definitely rep it. And my nonprofit is about to take way. I'm working on that. I'm also working on making my book into script form. Fulton, Fulton books.com. And my name, I'm under the artist.
If you want to write it down on here, Jamal, you can write it on here because I'll pin
Okay.
it. But Jessica and anybody else that's watching
See,
this,
this is the book company right here. You see it.
It'll be on YouTube.
Fulton.
All the information.
Fulton, and I will definitely drop it for everybody under here in the caption. My name is Jamal, but my artist name is J. McLaurin. Right here in front of it, right here. Thank you so much, you guys. I really do appreciate it. This is my name. This is how you can look me up. I don't have like a what's the name page, but not yet a Wikipedia page. I'm on my way.
All right.
I'm on my way. I'm working hard, you know, and I'm blessed to be working and being creative. It's in spite of my limitations. You know, people told me no. They said I wouldn't be doing everything. They said I wouldn't, you know, I can't see out of this eye. You don't know that. I never show all these things. I hid everything. I'm not a liar, but I was a good, like, a mass person, like the mass singer on TV. I was good at that. Like, I didn't tell you anything about, I can't see out this eye. This hand is numb. And I wrote my book old school, born in the 80s. I'm not getting on the computer. I'm writing in a notebook. And I did it like that. And it was frustrating, but I did that on purpose. I wanted this hand to work as if I could feel it. So I started writing. I wrote the whole manuscript as if I could write. I know what I was writing. I made myself write it because I wanted to write. I knew I could, you know. And so what was the best way to do it? You know, practice made perfect. I was frustrated. I was crying. I had times where I couldn't put my jewelry on, and I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't walk, you know. I couldn't do anything. And all that stuff to me was embarrassing at the time. That was embarrassing to me. Like, I was not going to tell somebody that I can't walk, so I can't go use the facilities on my own. I'm wearing Depends. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I'm 30 something years old, and at the time I was 30. So, and 29 to 30, I wasn't going to tell anybody that. I was going to put on a little smile, which is called like makeup to the face. Put it on a little grin, keep it trucking. And I had so many problems. I had surgery every year since 2017, even recently, 4 surgeries in a month. But it's different for me.
Guys, right here.
It's different for me now. I could smile at that, knowing that it's helping people. Yeah. The question said,
where are you from, and what would you say to your younger self? Good question.
I am from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised. Thank you for asking a question, Jessica. I really appreciate it. And what would I say to my younger self? My younger self was bullied because I was different. It later turned out to be that I'm gay, you know, but back then I was very flamboyant. So I was bullied, I was picked, borderline tortured. I had abandonment issues from certain family members and stuff like that. And what I would say to my younger self, that the worst is yet to come, and even that you're going to get over it too. And your resilience is what's amazing. You know, that's what I would say to my younger self. You're resilient, more stronger than you know, and you think that that little trial and tribulation you went through as a kid is something. It ain't nothing compared to what you're going to experience at 30, and even that you're going to overcome. I would say that to my younger self. Yeah, I thought that was the worst.
Now, see, Jamal, he and I know we could talk for days.
Yeah.
Into the end and everything, and we ain't trying to cut my brother out.
But thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate the interview. It was a great interview.
No problem. I appreciate it. I'm glad you said yes to this interview. Now, like we said, you heard everything from Jamal. Now, plug up all your social media and everything so that way people can follow you, website and everything, and DM it to me so that way I can put it on YouTube. So that way can't see it on here, or he might have went fast what he's saying. I'll put it on YouTube. So this video that you guys watching on IG Live will be on my YouTube channel. You can subscribe also by following me.
That's awesome. You're doing big things. I'm happy for you. My name is Jamal McLaurin, and on Instagram my name is author J McLaurin. That is my Instagram name, and on my Facebook it is Jamal Molly McLaurin.
Thank you, Faith.
And thank you guys. My website is jml7.com, and there you will see a link to the book, a bio of me. I have merchandise like my t-shirt and masks that come with it, and the book. If that's something that people are interested in, be my guest. I will feed the need of the people. We all want a master reset. So thank you all. I appreciate all the comments and feedback, and thank you for interviewing me. I'm happy about it. I love it. Thank you.
All you guys who are watching this, because there's besides
thank you.
One of the big supporters of what I do for the KTookes spot, especially Jessica Best, because she's one of the people that shared my stuff when I did her EP. Awesome. Ella Pooja, she knows what I'm talking about. One of the people who just made me smile.
Thank you, Jessica. This is a ray of light. I love it. Thank you, Faith. I appreciate it.
We love you guys, and we thank you for watching this.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, you guys, because you guys will see me again
soon.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Announcements that I'll be telling everybody about very soon that you guys are going to love.
Me too. I got some things I'm working on, too.
Yes, I'm going to DM you after this interview, because we need a good
do.
So we can make sure that thumbnail's popping.
Period.
But we love y'all. Jamal,
love you guys. Thank you for the love and support.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Touche.